Okay. Very simple question. But one that every once in a while I need to answer that because we are constantly gaining new members, and it's a blessing and a curse, obviously, because I love doing this and I love answering questions and interacting with all of you guys in this way. At the same time, it also means that I get backups on the questions submitted, and so I appreciate everybody's patience. But this is how this works. So Ask a Special Education Attorney started on Facebook. Well, actually, it started prior to Facebook on another advocacy site, and then we moved it from that advocacy site over to Facebook, not really intending, or I guess not having the vision that it would turn into what it has. But it has grown, and I'm proud of that growth, and I appreciate everybody's involvement and their confidence in or the benefit that they get from the page. So thank you. But this is how I have the settings to where you submit your question and then I have to approve every one of them. And so if you have it, if you don't see it show up on the page, well, that's because it hasn't been approved. And it may sit there for a while. And I do apologize, guys. I do this on my free time, and I do this when I'm not in court or when I'm not in meetings. I do it usually after hours and on the weekends. And I really am trying to keep up. But at the same time, we have recently made changes to how we approve these questions because I have the page is open to educators, administrators, parents, and with that, we also discovered that a lot of parents felt like they were being monitored, and I also have teachers that have reached out to me that were afraid to post because their administrators are on the site, or and so what I've done is we made alterations to where I used to just approve the question, and the person asking the question, it would show up with regards to their names. But if you scroll back through long enough, you'll see parent names in the questions. We made that change, and then at the same time that we made that change, we expanded the offering to where we started a YouTube channel, and that's where we're uploading all of the questions. We're removing any identifying information with regards to location and also parent name or identity, so that we're opening it up and having the person asking the question protected. And it's a positive thing, even though every time you join the group, you were asked that question on the outset whether you consented. But we've since changed that to where it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, your identity is withheld along with your child's name and school system. So now we have the YouTube channel. We still have the Facebook page, and the nice thing is that we're going to continue to expand this medium to make it more available and put in more content very specific to the legal process and explaining how it works and make some of the offerings very complex to where those that are wanting or reaching that point of advocacy as far as their knowledge base will be able to access that and be able to delve into more of the deeper aspects and more of the complicated aspects of how to navigate this process, act as your own attorney, and advocate in a way that that your child requires, and equip you to the point where you're confident enough not to need an attorney to be able to do this. I mean, we're busy enough, guys. I mean, I have a practice in multiple states, and believe me, there's I'm a drop in a bucket, with regards to the number of children. Let's say just in Alabama alone, there's close to 90,000 children that have IEPs, and my firm maybe handles a couple hundred of those cases a year. I mean, think about that. We're not even scratching the surface of the need that's out there. So if we can equip parents and we can equip educators with more knowledge about how this works and from varying perspectives, then there you go. But just understand that if your question is showing up, it will show up as still pending. It means that I haven't gotten to your question yet. All right. It doesn't mean that you're limited to one question. I have a lot of parents that, they'll put 2 or 3 in there. If I find that they're redundant or that I already answered one similar to that, then, I might decline it. But I'm declining it for, specific reasons. And what I typically will try to do is reach out and explain to you why I didn't approve it. The other thing is if you're sharing articles, sharing videos, sharing, that's great, and I appreciate it, but understand that that's not really what the site is about. That's what support sites are there for. This is a question and answer page. So I don't mind if you share these things with me. I will approve some of them on occasion and then provide commentary along with it, because that's how we sort of understand how to navigate this field or this area, and also provide ideas for how advocacy is done in other parts of the country to be able to implement locally. So yes, I appreciate that stuff, but just understand that sometimes I'll look at it and I will decline the post if it's something sharing, news articles. But I encourage everybody to throw anything out there. I filter it all. Just don't feel like I'm picking on you if you find out that I didn't approve it. Okay, it's not personal. I'm just trying to really streamline this, and it's just me doing it. I don't ask my other attorneys to assist because it is on my free time. All right, guys. Thank you once again.